Good morning, my teammates. I've been given the opportunity by our employer to give a short address on the issue that we all struggle with, that is stress. Stress is a physiological response to our body to any situation when we fail to respond appropriately. But stress is normally adaptive because it helps us respond to potential dangerous events by activating the sympathetic nervous system. But the experience of prolonged stress, if we fail to deal with stress, as I said appropriately, it can lead to death. I can say stress itself is a silent killer. But I am here to tell you that if we are able to respond to this, to understand how our body works, we are able to live at ease, we are able to do or work effectively. But there is the general adaptation to the syndrome of this stress. There is the alarm reaction. This is when our body itself it activates. There is this hormone cortisol that it activates the release of the blood into the bloodstream, also the sugar in the bloodstream, and it activates us to be able to react to the situation. Sometimes we shiver, sometimes it gives us that, it rejuvenates us to be able to fight or flight. That's why they call this adrenaline the fight and flight. But the researchers, they say mostly in men, this is plus 70% of men, we all go through the fight and flight. Most of the time when you go in a situation, we want to fight, we want to revenge, or sometimes if we realize we can't do anything, we end up just be stagnant and be paralyzed. That's why most men will die with depression, heart attack. But in women, it's a different scenario. There is the tend and befriend, where most of women, when they go through the tragedy of life, circumstance of life, they are able to handle the pressure by going to friends. Sometimes they call friends. They try to socialize. There is this hormone, the adrenocorticotropic hormone, that is produced in our body. It stimulates the production of cortisol. Cortisol is a powerful hormone, it's a storage hormone that causes the release of glucose into our body, activating us, stimulating us to be able to move to any pressure of life. Can I tell you something? That when you fail to process life or anything that you go through in your workplace, this is when you go through stress. I can give an example of myself, that there was a time that I was struggling. I had the pressure of work. The clients are shouting, I'm not feeling well. Instead of me going maybe to my boss to tell him what I was going through, I thought, okay, as men, the adrenaline kicks up. I can fight and flight, but I couldn't do anything. Ended up being stagnant, paralyzed with the situation. Had headache, couldn't sleep, struggling to sleep. This is what stress does. But there was a time that I was able to deal with stress. What I did, I went on YouTube, look on the videos of Bernard. He spoke about how to deal with stress, that when you are under pressure, even at work, when you feel like you are under pressure, give yourself a rest, take a nap, leave the workshop, visit a friend, just leave the work area, take another environment. As you do that, you refresh your mind, and your mind is able to rejuvenate, and you are able to think properly. And one thing that we all need to do is we need people. And be positive minded. Be optimistic. Optimism is a positive thinking. You are in a situation that you are going through. Yes, you are under pressure, but you are able to say, okay, in this situation, how am I going to handle this? You know how to prioritize, and you keep your mind focused to a positive results. We can talk also about self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is to see a positive outcome. Because most of the time, our mind always drift away from the positive and think the negative. But if you're a self-efficacious person, you see the positive results in everything that you do. And you can talk about the hardness. With me, when I see hardness, when I'm talking about hardness, I think about the resilience. Sometimes in our workshop, as a technician, we are all technicians. There will come a time that you are struggling to fix something. Take a short break. You fail. There must be resilience. You need to be able to bounce back to any situation. There must be that, which word can I use? You are able to press forward. With me, I always say, press forward and say and be able to see positive results. So as I close, one thing that I give myself is, I always, on my computer that I use, I tell myself, be optimistic. I tell myself, fool, be hard. I tell myself, self-efficacy, because I want to see positive result. Thank you. Good.